What's up, everybody? It's ya boy, King Boys Productions, and I am back at it with another video. So today, a little bit of a different video from ya boy. Now, I wanted to talk about this because, it's been blowing up on the internet, right? So the new Last of Us show came out. At least the first episode came out this past weekend, and I've been wanting to talk about it because, it's been a big part of my channel here at least for the last 2 years. It's been a huge, the game has been a huge part of my channel. I started playing the game, I would say, I think it was back in 2020. I think I want to say either 2019 or 2020 I started playing it. You can fact check me on that. My videos are up on the channel, but I started playing it back then, and I kind of played it here and there, and then I never really got into it. And then for some reason back, I think last year, I know maybe it was 2021, but I was in Atlanta. I remember being in Atlanta when I started getting back into it again, and I was at my old house, which I think was probably the end of 2021. Anyway, that doesn't matter. But I started getting into it, and I started playing it a lot. And I played it all the way till I beat it, and then I started Last of Us 2, which we're not. So before I get into this, I want to say I am still currently playing Last of Us 2. Those of you who might be watching that are consistent channel viewers, you already know that. If you're maybe newer to the channel because you saw what the name of this was, I am currently playing Last of Us 2 on the channel, so please don't spoil it for me. But I've heard a lot of mixed reviews on it, but I still want to play it. Anyway, so it's been a huge part of this channel for the last 2 years now, at least. It's been a huge part. It's been very consistent with the gameplay's been coming out on the channel as in comparison to everything else. So I was I have to check out this show. I was so excited. I really love Pedro Pascal, and I just love the idea that it looked great. And I gotta say, after the first episode, it just wasn't really good. I don't think they did a good job. Man, I'm playing around. That show was incredible. The first episode was absolutely incredible. Obviously, hopefully someone doesn't clip me out of context there, but no, the show is absolutely incredible. I think it is so well made, and they just paid attention to so many details in the game to start that it was just so great. They changed, so spoilers ahead for episode 1 of the show. We might maybe we'll do a recap every week if you guys would want, but spoilers ahead for episode 1. If you played the game, you sort of already know what the hell happened, but so the show starts with these scientists. I think they're at this. Either they're at a meeting. It looked like they were at a meeting on a TV show or something like that, or some news show. I'm not really sure, but they were basically talking about how this infection was going to get started, and I think it was the 70s or some shit when these scientists were talking about it. So it was way back when, and obviously they probably didn't tell anybody. Then we cut to 2003, which I actually didn't know the game took place in 2003. At least the beginning part of the game. I did not know that took place in 2003. Anyway. We cut to their town, Joel's town. Joel and Sarah are, we get to meet Joel and Sarah. They're, the typical the father-daughter relationship, which is really cool to see. There's a few things they changed up from the game. Obviously they did a little bit of Sarah going to a different store and fixing Joel's watch and doing this and doing this. They just added a few little details that weren't in the game, but were just kind of cool little things to add. There's a part where Sarah goes over to the neighbor's house to help them. And this is where you sort of get your first little glimpse at someone turning into a zombie, because she goes over to her neighbor's house. Their neighbor has this old grandmother who's sitting in a wheelchair. And it seems like she's at that age where she doesn't talk or do nothing or say nothing. But as Sarah's leaving the neighbor's house after helping out doing stuff, you can see the grandma's and making little noises and shit. So you as the viewer are oh shit, grandma's turning into one. Obviously Sarah didn't know, the rest of the family wouldn't know, because at this point in life zombies were not a thing. So that never happened in the game at all. The first time you see a zombie, so I'm getting ahead of myself, I'm sorry. Then Joel leaves to go out to pick Tommy up from jail or some shit. He's back home. They celebrate, but he has to go back out to pick up Tommy from jail. the neighbor's dog is being all rambunctious by the door. So Sarah goes outside and she goes to the neighbor's house to see like what the hell's going on. The dog runs away, so she's like, "What the hell?" But she hears like rustling going on in the house. So she walks in, obviously sees the commotion, but then she sees Grandma eating on all up on the other two people. So then she runs away, obviously, and as she's running away, that's when Joel pulls up with. That's when Joel and Tommy pull up in the car, grab her, and then they go. Now, obviously, in the game, if you remember, Joel walks into the house and is like, "We gotta go," and he starts like packing shit up. And the first zombie we see is one that crashes through the glass window, and it is the neighbor, but it crashes through the window. Like little tiny details like that changed, but it really doesn't change what happens in the game or in the story at all. Because that part, it like doesn't matter. It's like we get to see his daughter sees what the hell's going on. She's scared, and then they pull away and start driving, and it's mayhem in the fucking city. So it's kind of cool. They do like this little POV of the car shot or inside the car, like you're actually in there with him, like you were in the game. Literally almost the exact same shot from the game. You're like looking kind of over Sarah's head, over into like the damn through the windshield, and you see like all this commotion going on. You look over and see a burning barn, just like in the building or in the game. I mean, a burning barn, and then all of a sudden you guys crash, just like in the game. There's like a crash. It's a little different. I think like a piece of debris comes down or something, whereas I think you get smashed before, but that doesn't matter as well. It's all like the same concept. Like, you know, he takes Sarah out of the car because Sarah hurt her leg or whatever the hell. And then the military thinks that Sarah is a zombie, so they shoot her. And then we move 20 years into the future. Again, I did not realize, maybe I just didn't read the game very well when I played it, but I didn't realize that it was a 20-year time jump from when Sarah died to where we are in our actual story. But it's supposed to be 2023, which is, you know, oh no, that's this year. But I think it's really cool. It was just well done. I think the city looks really cool. The way that they depicted all the characters was nice. There was certain things like, I forgot the guy's name, but there was a guy who steals Joel's battery because Joel's trying to get a battery because he's trying to get the fuck out of there. And then there's the guy that steals the battery. You know, in the game, there's a lot of build up to go kill that dude because you have to go through the city and whatever. Because that's when the game teaches you how to play a little bit. It gives you like the mechanics of the game a little bit, and it teaches you like finding things and crafting things and all that. Obviously, you don't need a tutorial in a show, so they just have the guy like dead, and they go up and they get Ellie. They tell him, "Oh, we got to take him out of the city," and all this yada yada yada. And then obviously it ends with them almost being caught outside the city by this security guard, and Ellie like stabs him in the leg or some shit like that. Because she was bit. I mean, we all know the story. Ellie was bitten, but not turned. And they had this little like monitor that could tell you if you're clean or not, basically. And hers went red. So she stabbed the security guard in the leg. Joel beat the fuck out of the guy, and it kind of like ended like that. So I'm really excited to see what happens next week. I saw a lot of cool promo for it, but honestly, ultimately, I think it's been such a great job so far. Like I said, there's a few things that they changed up, like tiny little details that they've changed up that make it probably work better in TV format and for storytelling format, and probably for like a new audience that maybe hasn't played the game, right? Because I think a lot of people also have to realize that as well. That it's not only for us that have played the game or us that have maybe watched someone play the game or whatever it could be. We also have to remember that there's an audience. They want to branch out to an audience of people that maybe hasn't played the game also. I watched it with my roommate Jason, who hasn't played the game, and he really enjoyed it. He really liked the way the story was going so far, which is cool to see because obviously I know what happens in the story. He does not, because he's never played the game, and he never watched my videos. But so it's cool to see that little dynamic that he's kind of like, oh, like. And I don't know, I'm still so excited for the show, even though I already know what happens, right? Because they've already announced that they didn't steer away from the game at all, or not that much. And they don't plan on like they don't plan on like Game of Thronesing it, where they just write new shit that has never existed in the Last of Us meta. which I like also. And apparently this first season is, I think it's 9 episodes, or 9 or 10 episodes, and they go through the whole game in just this one season, which is sweet. You know, like, and if they only get one season and they wrap up the first game, hey, so be it, right? So be it. And if they want to do a second season with the second game, I'm not going to be mad at it. I know a lot of people have mixed reviews on the second game, but so far I really enjoy the game. I don't know. Maybe the ending sucks. I don't know. We haven't gotten there, so again, please don't spoil it for me. I'd really appreciate that. But overall, I'm very excited for this show. I think it's gonna be a good one. I don't know why I said it like that. I think it's going to be a good one. But apparently, it's the second biggest premiere ever on HBO. It had like 5 million people watching at the time of the premiere, which is kind of crazy. And it's like only second to like House of Dragons, which, you know, everyone loves the Game of Thrones. So, of course, that was going to go crazy. But, yeah, man. It seems to be doing well so far. I'm very excited to see where it goes from here. Obviously, we know the story. Some of us know the story. If you haven't watched if you haven't played the game, I would definitely recommend playing it. I'm sure it's probably more expensive now than it was, just because of, you know, the more popularity. So it may be harder to get right now for a cheaper price. But maybe one of your buddies has it, right? Maybe one of your buddies has the game that you can borrow. But I would definitely recommend playing it. I think in total it probably took me about 17 hours-ish. Maybe not. I don't think I made 13 videos on the game. And some of them were a little longer than an hour. Some of them were a little shorter than an hour. Some stuff I like cut out due to like time's sake. So I don't know, I'd say between 15 and 17 hours of gameplay. And that's also that's also like not just straight story, right? Because there's sometimes where I'd search around, I'd dilly-dally around places, I'd take my time, whatever it is. But I am very excited for the show. I keep saying it, but I really am. It's good. It's good. Like I said, I like Pedro Pascal, and I'm excited to see what they do with this, man. It's been the first episode. I was a little nervous going in because I really wanted it. I didn't want people to hate it, and then it was going to turn into this like, great. But people love it so far, and that makes me super happy. So we will get to the next episode Sunday. Let me know if you guys want another like episode review. Maybe I'll do like one every 2 weeks or something like that. That would probably be better for me. So like I did episode 1. Maybe in 2 weeks I'll do episode 2 and 3, a little review on them. We'll do that on the channel. So that's what I'll plan for. If it doesn't happen, I'm sorry. But I think what I'm probably going to do is probably going to watch them and then record right after. That way it can be fresh, right? It can be fresh and out the next day. So, but anyway, thank y'all. Love y'all. Again, let me know if you actually want to see that. If you guys don't really care to see the reviews, then I don't have to waste my time. But yeah, thank y'all. Love y'all. And until next time, it's your boy, King Boys Productions. Squaw!
That bitch left on one. Roll it just like mom. I'm like, what you want? She said, boy, don't waste my time. 42 mixed with the lump. I take in a sprite. I know cash and Leo light. I'm in traffic running lights.